Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, जय राम गोपी जनवल्लभ राम गोपी जनवल्लभ राम गोपी जनवल्लभ राम जय कृष्ण गोपी Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto, sorry, Canto 4, Chapter 14, Text 24. 24? 24 to 27. This one. 24 to 27. 4, 14, 24, okay? Avajananti amimudha Rupa Rupinam Nanu Vindanti Te Bhadram Iha Loke Paratracha Avajananti amimudha Rupa Ishwaram Nanu Vindanti Te Bhadram Iha Loke Paratracha Avajananti amimudha Ruparupinamishwaram Anuvindanti te Bhadram Iha loke paratracha. Avajananti amimudha Ruparupinamishwaram Anuvindanti te Bhadram Iha loke paratracha. Translation and purport by His Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada Ki. Sorry, translation. Those who out of gross ignorance do not worship the king, who is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead, experience happiness neither in this world nor in the world after death. I repeat the translation. Those who out of ignorance do not worship the king, who is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead, experience happiness neither in this world nor in the world after death. Okay? No purport, we'll move to next words. I'll just recite. Okay? Yeah, King Vena is speaking. O Yagna Purusho Nama Yatra O Bhaktri Trishi Bhaktir Sneha Viduranam Yata yata jare kuyostinam. You are so much devoted to demigods, but who are they? Indeed, your affection for this demigod is exactly like affection for an unchaste man who neglects her married life and gives all attention to her paramour. Okay, next verse. This is the height. Vishnu Viranchu Girisha Indro Vayur Ravai Parjanyodan Parjanyodanadi Soman Shatir Agnair Apam Patihi Etachane cha Vibudaha Prabhavo Varasapyo Deha Bhavanti Nrupataha Nrupate Sarvadevo Mayorupa. The last line. Sarvadevo Mayorupa. So, translation. Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Indra, Vayu, the master of air, Yama, the superintendent of the death, the sun god, the directions of the rainfall, director of the rainfall, Kuvera, the treasurer, the moon god, the predominating deity of the earth, Agni, the fire god, Varuna, the lord of waters, and all others who are great and competent to bestow benedictions to curse, to bestow benedictions or to curse. All abide in the body of king. For this reason, the king is known as reservoir of all demigods, who is simply parts and parcel of the king's body. Purport. There are many demons who think themselves as the supreme and present themselves as the directors of the sun, moon, and other planets. This is all due to false pride. Similarly, the king Vena developed the demoniac mentality and presented himself as a supreme personality of Godhead, such as demons. Such demons are numerous in the age of Kali, and all of them are condemned by the great sages and saintly persons. Okay, I forgot to share the screen. Sorry. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां साधना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरङ्गी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पाञ्चकल्पस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कम करोति वाचालं भंगं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगोविन्दतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone for today's discussion. So this verses, the first one and last one, they actually resembles the verses in Bhagavad Gita. Like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right, 9.11, Avajananti mamuda manushim tanumashritam Param Bhavama Jananto Mama Bhutva Maheshwaram. The fools, they don't understand me when I when I incarnate in this material world. So then I say Ajananti Muda, like king is all the reservoir of all gods. All gods are present in the body of king only. And actually, he calls even the Vishnu also demigod and Krishna, all of them are demigods. So no, not in one sense. Okay. Yeah, king is a representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he's acting on the behalf of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And yeah, so he should not say that no, you worship me alone and you don't discard all the, no, you don't have to worship anyone. So that is what he. So this is like a very common experience, especially someone who is grew up in India in like and then who XYZ wanted to join Brahmacharya ashram. Mother and father are like gods, you just worship them, you take care of them, and you attain perfection. That is true in one sense, but they are like no, but there's also no, there is higher philosophy than that. So, so if you see here, like there are different kinds of Prabhupada says uh, in this. Uh, in this lectures, in this purports also, Prabhupada says, when the living entity desires to become one with the Lord, that is the last snare of Maya. What to speak of thinking oneself as the Lord? Okay, so there are different gradations of ignorance. Okay, and based on where our like no, or thinking, we act on that platform only. Okay, first of all, okay, like there are some gross materials, gross sense gratifiers. Okay, so they are called Vishaya Sangha. Okay, so their desire is I wanted to enjoy this world with my senses. So they think that they are this body. Their primary that is a primary snare identification with the body and the material pleasures. Okay, the living entity forgets his spiritual identity and becomes absorbed in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Okay, and the reference is Bhagavad Gita 3.37 to 3.43. Like last is like where Krishna explains about different verses, Kama Esha, Krodha Esha, Rajoguna, so like that means lust is all devouring enemy. Okay, and for this for a person of on this cadre, he tries to identify himself with the body only, and he fully thinks that like my life is only meant for enjoying the material senses, and that's why Maya says, enjoy this beautiful world. You are the master. You are the controller. All these illusions she keeps. So basically, every living entity in this material world is a basic illusion, like default illusion. I am the controller. This world is meant for my enjoyment only, right? Like whatever may be happening in this world, this world, this entire world is meant for my enjoyment. That is the basic level, means the foundational level of the illusion. Okay, and next to that level is attachment to the fruity workers. Attachment to the fruity actors, like Krishna, karma bandha is called. Okay, so what is the desire here is I will enjoy by doing the pious acts and getting good results. So basically, from the previous level, he is thinking that I am the creator, I am the master, I am the what you call architect of my own destiny. All these motivational speakers are on that level only. Okay, and next level is karmavana. He's thinking that I am not the main person, but like if I do good things, I'll get good results, and if I do bad things, I'll get bad results. So what I will do, I'll do good things. I will enjoy doing the pious acts and getting good results. And they are slightly more refined than gross indulgence, but still they are selfish. Okay. expecting material benefits like heaven, good birth, and like, name, fame, and prestige, and then sense gratification in this material world. Basically, this type of people, what they do, they try to be good and do good. And of course, sometimes they may worship some demigods or do. They are actually attached to the Vedic injunctions, like Vedic rituals. Or if I do, like, they don't understand the philosophy of existence. What is the purpose of human form of life? They are only attached to the rituals and then the pious results that they are going to get by their actions. Okay. So reference to this verse is 2.47 to Bhagavad Gita 2.47 to 49, where Krishna says, one must rise above the fruity work. Karmanyavadhikarishte, it quotes all those things. Okay. So for this person, Maya says, be a good person, then God will reward you. Okay. And then next level is intellectual and pride speculation. Okay, he's not Jnanamaya. Okay, and this person, he says, I can understand the absolute truth by material intellect. Means it all depends on the scholarship. They are lost in scholarship only. Um, they gratify their intelligence. Okay, and the Gnani reacts gross pleasures, but Gnani rejects gross pleasure, but becomes attached to the material mental satisfaction, enjoying the idea of liberation and knowledge of the self. Now, somebody enjoys this spiritual knowledge also, okay? And that kind of person, they think that, of course, there are four paths, right? Karma yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. So Karma Yogi is the one who actually, uh, who first initially he works for the sake of pious credits and all those things, and then he transcends that platform, become from Karmi to Karma Yogi. Means he does in the spirit of devotion. And Jnana Yoga means somebody who engages himself in studying all the Vedas, Upanishads, and all those things. And then through that realization, he through that acts, he realizes the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And after realizing that, he performs bhakti. Karmi also, first he performs pious credits, and after pious credits for many life years or maybe lifetimes, he comes to the platform of realizing that karma alone is not sufficient for me. Then I need something more. And then he comes to the platform of bhakti, and then he becomes karma yogi. And he works in the spirit of devotion. And then jnana yogi. And then ashtanga yogi. Ashtanga yogi, he works on controlling his senses. He's very strict. And after that, he attains some, like, no, the next verse, for the Karma Yogi, sorry, for Jnana Yogi, what does Maya says? You are wise, you don't need any devotion, you don't need devotion, only realization. Okay. And then next is desire for mystic powers, Siddhi Brahma. Okay. This person, I will control the nature by my yogic and occult powers. So black magic and then Ashtanga yogis, Siddha Purushas. So these kind of people, through austerity and meditation, some attain siddhis, perfections, but get trapped in pride and enjoyment of these powers. So it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam 3.29, 3.29.8 to 13. Okay, the yogi's mind is still not pure if he is desire of powers. Means, see, a person who does meditation and Ashtanga yogas very according to the righteous process, uh, he will automatically attain these siddhis. And siddhis are the distractions for this yogi. So for a karmi, the distraction is heavenly planets. For a jnani, the distraction is mental speculation. For a Ashtanga yogi, the distraction is siddhis. So, and for him, Maya says, you can be like God, powerful, worshipped, and independent. Like this kind of person, because they do some supernatural, they have the command over metal elements. Maya says to him, "Oh, you can control fire, you can control air, wind, all those things." So, and this kind of persons can easily become God in general masses, right? If person walks on water, or relates into air, or controls fire, or then he will be considered as God by ignorant people. So for him, like me, he will be lost in that siddhis. Okay, he will enjoy the siddhis, and he will get lost himself. These are the traps of Maya for one to realize Supreme Personality of Godhead and go back to Godhead before they go back to Godhead. That's why we need a bona fide spiritual master to properly train and where this ankara, even in our devotional, like you can see all these things in our devotional life also. Okay, and last one is desire for liberation or oneness is called mukti moha, the last snare of Maya. He says his desire will be, I will merge into the Brahman and become one with God. Okay, so this is the most subtle illusion. Instead of enjoying the world, one wants to destroy the individuality to escaping the suffering, escape suffering. It seems spiritual, but it is refined ego. And wanting to become God rather than serve Him. Okay? If you see all the South Indian movies, finally devotee merges into the God, Brahmaikya. So then he will enjoy. So he becomes God. So that is the last snare of Maya. And Maya says to that person, "You are God. There is no one else to serve. Okay, you don't have to serve anyone. You are God." And when that kind of person, you see the example of, I think I was not Nausha. Nausha is someone else. Before Nausha, there is one more king who becomes a python in the Ramayana. I forgot his name. So what happens is he does such a very very good pious credits. Okay, Driga, whatever it is. Okay, so he goes to heavenly planet. As soon as he enters into heavenly planets, no, not Driga. No, he's not Driga. So he is not able to recall the name. So he goes to the heavenly planets. So as soon as he enters into heavenly planets, he actually performs a very great austerities. Not Nahush. Nahush become king and then fall down. Okay. So Nahush only maybe. Nahush only. So he goes to the heavenly planets, and as soon as he enters into heavenly planets, Indra glorifies him. Hey, you perform such an austerities. Nobody could perform austerities like you. Like nobody in the past, nobody in future also will perform like that. Then what happens? This person comes onto the, like takes onto the ego and says, "Yeah, that's true. Nobody can perform austerities like me. Uh, like not even person. I don't think anybody can beat my record." Also, like I said. Then immediately Indra says, "Okay, you have to fall down now." I said, "What happened?" I said, "You just glorified yourself. You just you lost all your pious credits. You have to fall down now. You're not eligible to enter into the heaven." Then that's how he falls down from the heavenly planets to become a snake in this material world. Okay, so even when we are performing bhakti nicely, performing austerities or doing nice service, when we develop the pride and glorify ourselves and or insult the other devotees, like Maharaj says, right? Somebody fasting on Ekadasi, I am fasting. Like this people are eating. Like these are useless people. And that kind of person, his body might be fasting, but ego will be feasting. So they lose all the credits of fasting just by this one thought. So what should be the thinking of that person? I am such a most fallen guy. All these people are very nice. All these people, they don't have to fast for the sake of purification. But for my purification, I have to fast. Okay. So otherwise, whatever that will elevate us, the same thing will degrade us. Okay. So that's not like a these are different snares of Maya. Okay. And with respect to any service also, that can be karma. Okay. Nobody can do that service. Only I can do that service. This kind of mentality and the level of karma. Jnana. Jnana means quoting scriptures left, right, center, and then quoting verses. I can quote more verses. I can I'm more proficient. I can speak more elegantly than others. If we have the conception even little bit inside us, then it is it is a like it is a roadblock to our progress. Okay. And then siddhi, sometimes our sadhana, some our sadhana is so perfect, there was a nice story. One brahmachari was there. He was performing gayatri on time, every without missing, not even a like you said, right? Guru says you do this Murta, Gayatri, afternoon Gayatri and evening Gayatri, all these things he says. And this person has been doing for so long. And then one day what happened? He was still sleeping. He was still sleeping, and it was about to the Gayatri time. He's about to pass. Okay, one person comes and wakes him up. Hey, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's getting late. Then this person immediately wakes up, take bath immediately, and then does Gayatri. I said, "Arey, I was about to miss." And then he asked, "Who are you?" "I'm Kali." "Arey, Kali personified. How come you come and wake me up?" "Kali means you should degrade me, but you woke me up and then you make me do Gayatri on time." Hmm? And Kali says, "See, until this point of time, you didn't miss even one Gayatri also. So you have this record. I want to preserve this record. But if you miss this Gayatri, you will become depressed. In that depression, you will become humble. I don't want you to become humble because as long as you have this arrogance that I am the doer, I can only do this. I have been doing this thing, this service without fail for so long. Then you'll be trapped in this material world. You'll be under the influence of you'll be in the bodily conception. So that's why I woke you up. Then this person realizes where what his level is. Okay. So and finally, after one has to cross all these snares of Maya, so that he can come to the platform of pure bhakti. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always stresses on this. Chaitanya or even Maharaj also stresses on this verse. Nadanam najanam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmaneshware bhavatat bhakti rahiti tvai. Means I do not desire wealth, followers, beauty, or even liberation. I only desire your causeless mercy of devotion service, life after life. Means if we have any other desire other than pure devotion service, other than only the mercy of Guru and Krishna, then we are not on the right platform. So it is very easy to use scriptures, to use uh, knowledge that we have to justify oneself. Like just like Durga, sorry, what is it? No, not Nush. Vena, sorry. Yeah, I'm just suddenly started. So Vena is trying to, he just took one point from the scriptures. In the body of the king, all the demigods are there. And he converted that king is equal to all demigods. If you worship king, you are worshipping all gods. You don't need to worship all gods also. Then he made a rule, no? Like he is lecturing sages who came to tell him, counsel, give him a good advice. He is lecturing them. You are like a unjust persons. I am giving you all protection. I am because of me only you are all living nicely, and you should be worshipping me. You should be glorifying me. Instead of glorifying me, you wanted to worship some demigods like that. he giving lecture to them. So there is a nice story also, like in the life of Maharaj, Yamunacharya, who is the guru of Ramanujacharya. Like now, when he was like his previous name was what was the Yamunacharya's previous name? Anybody know? Alwa. Okay. Uh, Alamandar. Alamandar means like he's a Alamandar means like his name is Alavandar. Then finally after like when he was there, one what you call one scholar he comes and then he challenges and then Alavandar he was a boy, like he was very young boy, and this person says right three questions. What are the three questions? He said, "I'll give three sentences. You have to refute them." And the scholar, what are the three questions this Yamunacharya says is, your mother is a barren lady, and king is a very pious person, and queen is a chaste lady. So the competition is huh? Chaste lady. So that scholar has to prove them false, all the three statements. Okay. So if we then that person says, right, if my mother is barren, how will I take birth? and and the king we are the debate is happening in front of king. If I prove king is a uh, he says king is a pious person, right? If I prove king is a very impious person, I'll be in trouble. And he says, and more than worse than king is if I if I prove queen as chaste unchaste lady, I'll be in more trouble. He says, I'm done. I cannot discern like he started no, accusing Yamunacharya. This boy unnecessarily wanted to like he's a he's a immature, he don't have any knowledge, he's saying that. And Yamunacharya says, see, according to scriptures, if there is only one son, the mother is not still considered as a barren lady. Why? Because a son can be lost at any point of time. One son. If it is more than one son, then at least one son has something happens. She's like no, she still have another son. And king is a pious person. For that he says, so king gets one sixth of all the karma of all citizens. So king not only gets pious traits, but also he gets the sinful reactions of all the karma given performed by all the sinful people. And coming to the last question, everybody is tense. How will you prove queen as a unjust lady? For that, Yamunacharya says, see, in the body of the king, all these demigods are there. So, so when the queen becomes a husband, wife of the king, he not only becomes the wife of present king, he also becomes the wife of all the demigods present in the body of the king. So she married so many people. How can an unchaste lady, chaste lady marry so many people? That's why she is not a chaste lady. He proves, and the king was very impressed with this argument and he gives him the half of it. So Maharaj Vena took this point and then he tried to use that for his convenience. So that's why this can happen to us at any point of time. We may use the philosophy, we may use whatever we like. No? Now we quoted right, like one need not to fast on Ekadashi because the ego will feast. That thing can be taken like no, somebody skip Ekadashi said, oh, fasting is not required. Just my ego will feast. I'll eat nicely. So one can use all the things for one's elevation in spiritual life or one's degradation. So that should be done under the direction of a born-bred spiritual master. Then only one will be saved from all these things. And the most important thing in our bhakti is to come out of all these things is to be always already quoted that twice, Natanam Najananda Sundarim. Along with the 8 verses of Shiksha Ashtakam, they have to be followed. They meditate and then they have to live up to. The most important thing is Trunadapi Sunishina Tarorapi Saishna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. So after the physical and all those things, there comes the mental snares of Maya. Like, no, like, if somebody just doesn't respect you, or somebody doesn't respond you, if you are authority or if you are senior devotee or something like that, then immediately you get, how can this happen to me? But if a person always have this concept, I am the lower than a blade of grass, and one exhibits the more tolerance than the tree, only that kind of person can chant the holy name of Krishna in the right spirit. So we should never expect any respect and we should never expect any sense gratification. Our mood should be performing the pure devotion service. So that's what I can speak of. I'm sorry if I spoke anything wrong. Please excuse me as your humble servant. Anybody have any questions or comments we can discuss now? Hare Krishna. Prabhu, anything to say? Online, anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, we'll end here. Tantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Sri Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.